Yeah, so I was watching, I'm cleaning and I'm also watching. I was watching one of my favorite one of my favorite people to watch who has a podcast is Don't Call Me White Girl. And some of her crew, they have a podcast called Real Love Scenario. And I was watching her on the podcast Real Love Scenario, and of course the interview was dope. I like all of them from when I met them from watching Don't Call Me White Girl, the podcast. Yeah, little shout out. Go watch if you're not watching already, but I'm pretty sure you are because the podcasts are huge. But as far as relationships, it was deep, and I was thinking about something, which of course I gotta talk about it, right? So, Mona has said something and it's so deep, and I don't think that a lot of women that are in my age group, because if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm like a couple of years older than her, like 2 years older than her, but so we're in that same age group. I don't think that a lot of women understand that, or understand the strength in walking away from something that you don't feel like you're happy in anymore. And let me explain what I mean. So she said, I posted it, so look at it. She said, and go look up the podcast. It's on YouTube. But she said, like a lot of women that were in our age group, it was like growing up, it was whack if you weren't cuffed. It was whack if you weren't a girlfriend. And so basically being a girlfriend, well, being in a relationship was a thing. Whereas now the culture now, the music now is selling this facade to you of being a city girl or being a savage. And I say a facade because a lot of the people that be rapping them raps still have a whole relationship, and they won't be telling you that. But let's say that that's the culture now. So if you grew up during them times and you being honest, you could relate, because a lot of people that weren't being in relationships back then, they might not want to admit that now, because everybody's worried about being accepted. But real talk, if you weren't in a relationship, you were looked at as a certain type of way. It was like that's real. So I think that for me, being someone that has been in relationships for my whole entire adult life so far, me separating from my relationship, me taking time out of my relationship to focus on me is significant. And it's significant for so many reasons, but that right there, when she said that, it reminded me on why so many people miss the significance. Like, she broke something down that's real talk. The black family, it is not, it's not it's not shown, and it's not shown as much as it used to be shown. And when you do have a relationship, I know me, I'm talking from the eye perspective, I'm a black woman. um you're told to like hold on to that man and hold on to that woman, because I think that it's because of years of the black family being pulled apart, being destroyed, and more single parenting going down and more broken homes. And while I understand that from one aspect, I get it. But I don't think that you should stay in anything just because of anything other than being happy in it. And so I feel like a lot of these narratives are pushed, and generationally they're passed down, that you make that situation work regardless of how you feel on the inside. You make that situation work regardless of how happy you are or how much you feel like you are settling, or it's so much to it, so much to it. And this is only a 10-minute video, and I'm not even going to be on for 10 minutes, but I just think that there should be more noise said about your mental wealth, your happiness, and how you feel, when how a person makes you feel, how you feel when you're in this family dynamic. More of how you feel, more of what being with this person, man or woman, makes you feel like? Do you feel valued? Do you feel respected? Should be talked about more, especially when we're raising youth. Like, if you're not a parent, you're not raising anyone, okay. But as far as like with my children, I want to know, are they happy? Like, you don't have to fit into this ideal or this box. Are you happy? Are you happy? If dating makes you happy, are you happy? If being in a monogamous relationship after you find yourself, because my biggest thing is find yourself, because I was dating before I found myself, then do it. Not because of the fact that black families, because we don't see a lot of black families as together and strong, and we don't see that a lot. And if you are in a relationship and you're building a black family, make sure you hold on to that and make sure you get the dream. No, I'm not. No. And when I'm on live, because I'm a live host, if you're seeing my video on the FYP, I'm Jennifer, I'm a live host, She Smells Good. When I say I'm a wife and I'm going through a separation, I say that because it means so much. Like, no, by God's grace, my husband is a great man. He's a great man. Now, he's a great man, Savannah. Not like that. He's a great man. He's responsible. He puts his 2 daughters first. He puts his family first. His family means a lot. But for me right now, I don't want to worry about a relationship first or a family before I'm worrying about me, because I'm showing up for me right now. That's why me deciding to separate was humongous. When I say that I'm setting boundaries, when I say that I'm showing up for Jennifer, when I say that I've never done this before, I don't know how this works out, but I know that I'm doing this and I'm not changing what way. I'm not changing. No matter how uncomfortable it may feel, it means a lot. It means a lot. It means a lot. And I hope that whoever, I don't know how they say, I don't know who this message best fit, but a lot of people are doing things and saying things and being in things because you were told that that's what you're supposed to do, or you want to be accepted, and then down the line you wondering why you feel like your life, why you don't feel good about your life. Why you don't wake up and feel good, why you wake up and feel empty. And I can honestly say that is not the case. I am overall happy with my mate, which is a blessing, but it takes work, and it took work, and we are in therapy now. But the reason why I need to stand up for me is because of me. It's because I am more than a mom. I am more than a wife. So my story is because I need to stand up and make a purposeful existence for myself that has nothing to do with the roles that I take on a daily. That's my story. But overall, I've been that girl that have stayed in something just because being in something was better than not being in nothing. Cause it looked better on paper. And I know a lot of people that are rushing or staying in things or devaluing in themselves because of the fact that you know that, or you think that it looks better, that this family dynamic looks a certain type of way, or your friends are going to accept you a certain type of way because you look like you got the man and the house and the business or the job. Like, none of that matters if you're not happy. And none of that matters if you're not being respected. None of that matters if you aren't being loved the way you're supposed to be loved. None of that matters if you are not happy. None of that matters if you are not happy. I am sad some days because right now my family is kind of in a disarray, but then it's kind of not. But I'm empowered a lot of days, because this was a choice that I made. I chose to make myself feel a little bit uncomfortable, to show up for myself, for me to make sure that I'm not having a lifetime of uncomfortability because I'm showing up for other people more than I'm showing up for me. And I'm proud of my marriage. I'm proud of my family. Those things, 2 things could be true at the same time. But I'm finding Jennifer. I'm finding Jennifer Simply Jennifer. I suggest you do the same, because you somebody, whether you got a girl or whether you got a man. You somebody, whether you a wife or whether you a husband. You somebody, because you somebody.